Easy, the big bandit, understand it. Pop off on me, I'll leave you right where you standing. See me and you, we don't...
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We are here with Game Time Decisions with Avi and Matt with another segment of Backyard Bets, everybody, on this amazing Friday. We've been having some great luck and streaks, and we feel like the energy is very high today. So we have some great picks for you today. We're using some amazing tools, DG Fantasy and Outlier, along with our own analysis to bring you six or seven picks, Avi.
I would want to call it 7, just because of how good our streak has been going for our pick of the day. So I say we call it 7. But
We'll give them 7, and the good thing is about 7, if you don't like one of them for a 6-man slip, you can swap it out with the 7th if you like it or not. You can fade them. All right, so mix and match. We hope that we're giving you 6 good plays that will pay in a 6-man. Hopefully, you could put $20 in. It's Flex Friday on Prizepicks, so I would recommend putting a $20 bet in to potentially pay out $500. Or if you want to be risky and play the demon plays, go for a much higher payout, which is brand new to the app.
and you
So
get your money back.
And there you go. And you get your money back. It's a protected play. So, yeah, that's why we recommend playing the 20. It's the highest amount you can play on that slip. So good luck to everybody on that. And without further ado, take it away, Avi.
So just a quick recap. Yesterday's recap was a little bit long, but a quick recap for yesterday. We put out, let's say, 7 picks. 7 picks hit for us. It was great. We had Harrison Barnes. He cashed over 14 PRA. We called that. We knew Harrison Barnes was going to have that revenge game. Tyrese Maxey, he just couldn't get his shot to drop, which is exactly what we needed. And it turned out to be a blowout in the opposite way, which worked out for us too. John Collins crushed the number 2, 19.5 PR. He hit it at 38, which was great. Fontecchio, he crushed that in the first quarter or the second quarter. And so did Derek White. He had 8 by halftime. The only 2 that killed us was Jaylen Brown for 31.5 PRA. He was so close at 27, and they just did not play him in the fourth quarter at all, which would have
It was a blowout.
gave it to us. They played Jason Tatum, but they just didn't play Jaylen Brown. And then Michael Porter Jr. The Knicks crushed the Nuggets yesterday. Michael Porter Jr. only shot 4 times. Shout out New York.
The Knicks poked the Nuggets yesterday. The Knicks poked the Nuggets yesterday.
Right? Yeah, we poked them in the eye. It's all right. It was an accident.
Yeah, it's New York basketball.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Shout out to Lincoln Park.
You got to practice at Dykeman. But yeah, so Michael Porter Jr. only got 4 field goal attempts. So he couldn't have hit it even if he went 4 for 4. He just did not get the amount of the shot attempts we wanted. He didn't even shoot a shot from the 3-point line, so that really just killed us. And our prop watch of the day, like I said, the Knicks got lock-up defense, and KCP could not hit the 10 points, as I suspected. We are, I guess you could say, 1-1 for prop watch picks, me and Matthew. But yeah, so we are getting into today's picks. Today, I got the wrong day here. My bad, guys. But
I don't know if you guys can tell which direction we're leaning in today.
Oh yeah, it is quite the day. But before we get into all of that, right? I do want to talk about Outlier and DGF. They are great tools that we use for pretty much stat references. DGF is a tool that we can use that optimizes all of the sportsbooks odds. I mentioned this before. Pretty much, it will let you know on different sportsbooks apps like Prizepicks, Underdogs, what the live bet is and what the positive EV value is for taking that. And if you guys don't know what EV value is, we definitely will drop a video explaining all of that soon. But as far as that goes, pretty much you get to compare your odds, right? Anything between minus 130, minus 150, those are solid numbers. You do like those numbers. Like right now they have Wembanyama here for over 10.5. That's a super solid pick. But as far as our DGF pick of the day goes, we are going to go with Jabari Walker. It looks like he's not at the top here anymore. Let me pull him up real quick.
And while you do that, I don't know if you mentioned it real quick. We're 2 for 2.
We are 2 for 2.
2 for 2 on the DG fantasy.
Going for 3 for 3,
2 for 2.
So we have Jabari Walker here. This was a line that we saw. You definitely need to study your lines. Don't just take any line on DGF. But
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
It
we,
has to
we
make sense as well.
yeah, and I've been following the Portland Trailblazers games recently. You know, he's for some reason Jabari Walker has just been available for a 3 point in the corner or on the wing. I don't know why, but he's been taking them and he's been making them. You know,
Because it's Jabari Walker.
I
They're
can't
like,
explain it, but he's
yeah,
been making it. You know, so I say
mhm,
we're leaning towards this. We're gonna lock this one in.
yeah,
As far as our DGF goes, and let's start with
mhm.
your picks, Matt.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Just to add on to it, once you told me about it, what was the original one you wanted to go for?
I think it was
It,
Siakam.
the Siakam 4.5. We
Yeah, I
like
like
that
that one
number
too.
two. We liked it too.
Assists.
But once I asked you what else you saw in there, and you said, "Oh, Jabari Walker for literally one made three,"
Yeah,
it just makes logical sense.
you know, just throw it up.
We need
Halftime
somebody who
shot.
plays about 30 minutes a game to make one 3 point shot. So, yeah, hopefully he can catch that for us, and we can go 3 for 3 and continue the streak. Just so you guys can see how powerful of a tool this is, because it really is.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
let's get into it. Go ahead.
Let's get into the picks. So it's a sunny. It was a little cloudy, but the sun's coming out in Florida. So that means, people, we're taking Orlando Magic bets today. So the Orlando Magic play the Memphis Grizzlies, who I don't know if you know, but half of their team is out. They are, not to say on vacation, but they're chilling.
Yeah.
They're going to be on the bench. So Memphis is probably not going to be the funnest game to watch. I'll probably be poking in and out of it, not to lie, because sometimes their games can get a little boring and dry. But I think Orlando's going to come out on top of this. Orlando's healthy; they're back healthy, so they are back to running a decent starting five, meaning the guys that have a lot of chemistry with each other. Markel Fultz at the one, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner just came back, Paolo, and they have Wendell Carter back. So all their starters are back healthy. So we think Orlando's going to win the game, and we think Paolo Banchero is going to be a big factor of that. Now, as soon as I saw this pick, I was really surprised because it's an over, so it's an over on his points at 21 and a half. And I know why. I think I know why they brought it to 21 and a half. And I would say it's because these players are back, these starting lineup players, like I just mentioned. But I don't think that's going to really take away from Paolo's usage like the sports books are thinking. Especially because if we remember 2, 3 weeks ago, yeah, the guys were out, but Paolo was averaging almost 30 a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
If
hard
anything,
to
25. You know.
Yeah, so it's hard to just drop from 30 a game to now. We just need him for 22. So,
Right.
I can definitely see that happening. Anything can happen, of course.
Yeah.
Anything happens to the NBA. We saw two blowouts yesterday. So,
Yeah.
but I feel really really confident on this pick. He is 12 of the last 20 on this. Like I said, it's a great matchup because a lot of the stars are injured. A lot of the peoples whose name we know are injured. So his matchup that we're looking at is going to be Aldama. I haven't seen Aldama play, but obviously says he gets into foul trouble pretty quickly. So I'll take that. Paolo goes for a lot of paint points, mid range. So
He looks to get to the
anything free
line.
throws, free throws are going to help us. Yep, free
Yeah.
throws are going to be our best friend here in this on this play. To stick with the same game because I think
Well,
this game.
before
Go
you
ahead.
go to the next pick, let me just add on to that. I was actually gonna say the same thing. Paolo is one of two people on the Magic that are like one of the most aggressive players on the team, right? Franz Wagner
Yep.
and him. If they have the ball in their hand, they're either gonna look for a play off of each other, or they're gonna look to get to the free throw line and put people in trouble, so that way they can have more minutes free. With the bench, or we should say the opposing team's bench.
Yep.
If you look at his free throws, he's going to the line 4 times. He's going to the line 4 times, which means he's getting about 8 attempts a game, which is great.
Hmm. Hmm.
That if he goes 6 for 8, that's 6 points from the line. We only need him for like a 7 for 15 or something like that. And right now he's averaging 8 to 9 out of 20 attempts.
Yeah.
So 7 for 15, that's great. Even if he gets less usage because of Franz Wagner, he still should be able to hit the number. You know?
And just so you guys know, this tool that you're looking at is Outlier,
All
and
right.
it's just a great tool because as you can see, you see all the stats right in front of your face on one page. It's real nice and easy, and you can make your decisions really quick, which you have to do with these picks because they're always getting bumped. So, all right. So moving on, we like Jalen Suggs in the same game over 10.5 points. Uh, now he's hit this a lot before. 14 out of the last 20. It's their first time playing Memphis, so we're not expecting anything too crazy. I think he can get his 11 points. To be honest with you, I think Orlando has a good shot of blowing them out if they just stay aggressive on them and then just play their good defense that they're known to do. And then if it is a blowout, I think Jalen Suggs 11 points would contribute to that. So yeah, Avi, if you want to go ahead and break down the outlier analysis.
Yeah, I mean, he's hit it in the last 14 of 20. We do like this prop because it's just a low number for someone like Jalen Suggs who's playing,
Yeah,
30 minutes
yeah,
a game. He has an
exactly.
opportunity to hit
Hmm.
it off of threes alone. He gets
Hmm.
6 threes attempts in a game, 10 field goal attempts in a game. For him to get
Hmm.
11 points would just be going 50% today or 40% today from the field, which would be fine.
Hmm.
Um, the matchup they say on Outlier is they don't allow a lot of points Memphis at the shooting guard position, but I'm assuming that's from when Desmond Bane and John Morant was playing, and because they're not playing, I feel like this
Yeah,
number's a little off,
yeah,
So we're gonna ride that. We're gonna ride their intuition there.
yep.
Let's head to the next pick.
All right, and then our next pick is this guy's becoming definitely a backyard bets favorite here in the backyard. He's definitely a favorite. Hopefully, he can hit for us today. He came so
One
close last
day,
time. He came so close last time, but we feel confident that going into today's game, this is going to cash. It's Jalen Williams, everybody of the
yeah,
Oklahoma City Thunder, for an over on 22.5 points and assists. The great thing about this prop, just to start, is it's the same number as his points and rebounds. One thing that me and Avi were just discussing before we got on this call is the great thing about him is that he can be moved to any position from. I mean, even the
from
one
one to
and the one
four,
to the
yeah,
four, yeah, and the one to the four if they wanted to.
yeah.
So, he has a great matchup all around at any position. He's hit this 6 out of the last 10 games and 11 out of the last 20. And the Pelicans don't allow a lot of points to the shooting guard position. So we think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to either score or assist. Or if you want to look at this, like I said, on the other side of the coin, rebound too, because he is going to be starting at that power forward position. So
Yeah,
uh, either way, I think he's gonna do great today.
solid.
And those are my 3 picks.
Just to adjust what you said right there, you mentioned the Pelicans don't allow a lot of points. They do, but I think that's what you meant to say.
They do allow a lot of points to the shooting guard.
Yeah, yeah. So Jalen Williams should be able to score and dime
Sorry, yeah,
just
that
fine.
is what I meant to say.
All right, yeah. So cool. Let's get into these 3 picks that I got now. So my guy had Magic for a couple of overs and J Dub for an over that I just can't seem to
Yeah,
hit. Maybe if Matthew picks him, he'll hit. You
yeah.
know.
I'm feeling like today's an
Um,
over day. It's good energy today.
and that's probably in Florida because in New York it's an under day, right? So I
Oh.
got a lot of unders for you today. We're gonna start off with Luke Kennard, man. My guy
Mhm.
tried to duck out on me the last game, but I know he's gonna hit this number.
Mhm.
Luke Kennard just sucks. At least that's what I think.
Mhm.
I watch him play. He gets a lot of attempts because he's playing a little bit more aggressive because Memphis has nobody. But I mean, even there's a reason he's on the bench. He's not really hitting these shots. He's not
Mhm.
even if he has like a very mid-range or I guess a good game for him would be like 18 points.
Mhm.
There are times where he doesn't rebound, doesn't assist, and he stays underneath that 22 and a half PRA line. So
Mhm.
them playing the Magic, you got a healthy Magic team playing them. You
Mhm.
got every star
Mhm.
player locking up the Memphis, trying to blow them out pretty much. And
Mhm.
I don't think Jalen Suggs is going to allow Luke Kennard to score over him.
Yep. I
Or
was just
even
gonna say, and he's looked at as the defensive leader of that team. So
exactly. And Luke
yeah.
Kennard, usually when they run the offense on Memphis now, they're giving the ball to Jaren Jackson Jr. The offense
Yep.
is running through
Yep.
him. Luke Kennard might just come away with a couple of threes, is what I'm looking at. Maybe a couple of free throws, and I'd say no more than like 7 assists and 2 rebounds. You know what I mean? That's on a great day for this guy, is what
Mhm.
I'm saying. If
Mhm.
you look at the numbers, he hasn't hit this number in he hasn't hit the over in 17 of the last 20 games. And
Mhm.
he's been playing a little bit more minutes. Even when he's gotten the minute spike,
Yeah.
if you look at it, 26 to 30 minutes, he's still not hitting this number. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that he only plays 20 because it's a blowout, but even if he gets a little bit more
Yeah.
minutes, I'm hoping he doesn't
Yeah.
hit it.
Yeah, it's a good amount of things going in our favor.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm gonna get on to Markel Fultz is my next pick. I have him as an under 18 and a half. I also, this goes hand in hand with the Jalen Suggs and Boncaro, right? If Boncaro scores, if Jalen Suggs scores, it's going to take away from Markel Fultz. If they blow him out, it's also going to take away from Markel Fultz. I don't think he's going to be getting a lot of rebounds against this team, just because he's going to be at the point guard position where they're not even going to really allow him to get rebounds. Actually, Memphis doesn't allow a lot of rebounds and assists at the point guard position. I mean, going back to what I said earlier, that might be because John Morant was there, but we're hoping. Again, the trend is, or the idea is that if we can get a blowout game, if we get the starting lineup to go off, we don't need Markel Fultz to do much. You know what I mean? And 18 and a half is kind of a high number for him as of recently. He has been coming off of an injury, which kind of has him getting back into a groove. I mean, his numbers look a little bit better. So if you guys are feeling a little bit like on the fence about this one, definitely swap this one out for the DGF pick of the day, because this might have been my most risky bet.
Let me add just two quick notes on it, but I like that bet though. Let me say that. I like that bet, and I took that bet. Let me also say that. Let me add two things onto that, and I also have a quick side note with that. So, first, like you said, a blowout could happen with this game. Uh, Boom, that could be a sit right there for him. Great for us.
Yep.
I've taken this bet before. I've taken his PRA at about 9.5 or a 10. I don't know if you remember when I told you, and that bet was a sweat for me. So you could imagine now at almost double the number
You feel a little
how it's
better.
going to be. Markel Fultz, he hasn't been the scoring guard that we need him to be at the starting point guard. He's a good facilitator. He can drive well, but hasn't been he hasn't been the aggressive Fultz that he was that we saw last season, and it
Right.
definitely could be because of the injury.
Yeah.
Um, so that so I say that to say if the game does kind of stay close, I could see them putting in Cole Anthony really quickly just to push up that scoring because
And keep the pace fast.
because he's that microwave that they have to just, hey, we need 10, 15 points really quickly. So
He's like the Gabe Vincent, like Cole Anthony. You mean? Like he could
I don't
just
know if I would say Gabe Vincent. I don't know if I would say Gabe Vincent out of all people, but
as far as
he's
like Gabe Vincent
he's
on the
the
Heat,
team's.
yeah.
We're gonna as, back to my point. He's the team's microwave. So that could also lead to Markel sitting. That he's coming off the injury, he could sit off of that. And yeah. So I say all that to say, and just to add on, my quick note was I got a lot of that analysis just from watching the games live. Because I've watched about 4 or 5 of his games live, and he just there's been moments where they needed the guard to be aggressive, and he just wasn't there, and then they sat him. So let's see what he does tonight. Like I said, there's a lot riding in our favors for these bets. So let's see what happens.
Okay. My final pick is going to be LaMelo Ball under 40.5 PRA. Right now he is trending as far as being under this number. I think because Terry Rozier is gone, they're trying to find a way to find a groove for their new team without him and with Kyle Lowry. So I don't think that he's going to hit this number. I think he's going to come close. He doesn't necessarily have to have a bad game to not hit this number. He can have a good game to hit this number. Him hitting 25 and 6 and 6 or 29 and 9 triple double watch, 28 and 5 with 2. He's not hitting this number. He really has to show out and come out with a 30-point game, which is possible, but as far as Houston's defense goes, Houston doesn't allow a lot of points. They don't allow a lot of assists at the point guard position. I'm hoping that Jalen Green can lock him up a little bit. At least give him a little bit of pressure so he's more willing to pass it to someone like Brandon Miller, who I also think is going to have a great game if you guys want to play his PRA as well. But yeah, I mean, in the head-to-head, he doesn't hit this number as well, and he hasn't been playing as many minutes as he usually does, from 31 to, well, he came from 39, now he's playing 31. I think they're trying to, this is also off the injury. I think he's trying to get back into a groove, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. This is all speculation based off of the fact that Terry Rozier isn't there, and they're going to try to incorporate Kyle Lowry somehow. But
He's gonna play today.
I think so.
Oh, that's not gonna look good.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry.
He's probably gonna come off the bench though.
Most definitely, but
yeah,
I can tell you right now.
No, but he's not gonna have effect on LaMelo. You think?
Well, he's gonna take minutes.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, let's see how much they give him.
You know, Brandon Miller gets more minutes because Terry Rozier is gone at the 2, and
No, that's a fact. Yeah.
Kyle Lowry can take minutes away from LaMelo at the 1 and give LaMelo time
Damn.
to breathe. You know what I mean? All right,
No,
cool. So
I
yeah,
hear you. Yeah, I hear you. That's
so let's
crazy
get
that they
into
traded Terry for Kyle Lowry.
yeah. I mean, I don't know who's running the team there, but
Yeah.
let's get into our prop
Quick
watch
note,
of the
real quick.
day.
Quick note, sorry. Just with the LaMelo, quick thoughts. Yeah, if he's doing one of the other category, rebounding or assisting, he's probably not going to be in rhythm on his shot. So that should probably hurt on the points category.
True,
And that's it.
that's true.
Hmm.
Cool. Yeah. So our prop watch of the day. I'm gonna let Matthew take this one. Go ahead, man.
All right, our first celebrity prop watch, guys. I got this one from a family member who is new to Prizepicks, and he's really liking the platform so far. He's won a good amount so far, and I think he's not even a month in. Uh, Maybe we'll bring him on the show one day. So we've got Jonas Valanciunas on the New Orleans Pelicans for over 9.5 rebounds. Now, initially, my family member brought this to me as over a double double, which he does get a lot. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like this game is going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough game. Not that it's going to be a tough matchup for him individually, because if you've seen Jonas Valanciunas play, he's in a big man body compared to Chet Holmgren, who is kind of like in a teenage body. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
we think at the big man position, he's going to have the advantage. I think Chet is a little taller than him.
Yeah.
Can definitely jump higher, but we think that when it comes to boxing out and just cleaning up the glass, Jonas Valanciunas is going to be able to actually go on the over for this 9.5 rebounds. He had a little stint. You can see a lot more green than you do see red. He did have a little stint where he was just going under these. And the thing with the Pelicans too is they've been blowing out teams a lot lately. So they play well. If if this game would be a blowout, which I really don't think so, because OKC is a monster.
Half of these Reds are sorry to interject, but half of these
Yeah,
Reds that you see here are all blowouts.
yeah. So it's like this is just one of those that, man, it was a great find. I told him, I was like, it's a great find. If I was leaning more, so from the double double, we pivoted. We looked at his points. That was at 12.5, and then we looked at the rebounds, and the rebounds just made more sense. We just need him to do his job here. And yeah, hopefully he can cash for us. So yeah, you guys really got 8 picks because he snuck out that Brandon Miller one. So yeah, feel free to play these in a 6 man. Like I said, I would recommend playing them in a 6 man for the Flex Friday on Prize Picks. They have a deposit match, so you could get $200 to use, and put a $20 free play in, and then potentially hit $500 with these picks. So hopefully they all
Yeah.
cash.
It doesn't hurt to, take a risk free bet. So
Of
Fridays
course,
are
yeah,
gonna be great,
those are the best bets. No,
Yeah.
those are the best bets.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely want to help the community and everybody take advantage of these opportunities to put a little extra money in your pocket, especially on a Friday before the weekend. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Hopefully you all hit your bets, hit your parlays. Hopefully we can all cash and make some money. Avi, any last words? Go Magic!
Yes. First, don't doubt me on the Knicks. Second, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comments go a really long way. We love the engagement. Honestly, if you guys
Yeah.
have any props that you guys were thinking about, even if you're a brand new bettor and you see something you might like, it always helps to throw it in the comments. We can always give some feedback. We can always maybe give it a celebrity prop watch for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Somebody else could be included in that as well.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of fun things with this channel. Stay tuned.
Exactly. So I also am going to leave the link below for the DGF website. It is a great tool. We are 2 for 2, looking to be 3 for 3. Please check it out. Sign up with that DGF link we got there, and yeah, happy betting.
Go Magic!
Than they found in El Dorado, bitch. Said it's your man Beezy, and you either get with it or get lost.